sometimes it's really, really hard for us to know how to respond to people. These can be the people we pass by in the street, our family, our friends, our loved ones. How do you actually navigate and honor yourself as well as assisting and supporting others? How do you do both at the same time? I think we learn the hard way, don't we? All of us. I have acute awareness this morning of the timeline we're in, how significant it is. We're in a very big period of inner expansion. This is energetic expansion. This is you rising in hertz frequency, higher and higher. And what that does is it brings in higher consciousness, so that you operate as a human being at a higher level of consciousness. And we're in this at the moment. It feels to me as if we have a massive shift ahead of us, a consciousness shift ahead of us. And not everybody is going to know that. There's going to be millions of people on the planet unaware of that. If this doesn't resonate with you, if it seems wrong for you, just pass it by, leave it be. It's only my perspective, and I know when my perspective won't resonate with everybody. So just leave it be, and then find somebody out there that is kind of closer to your own perspective. That's the greatest thing you can do, is to not listen to all the advice, but to just see what feels right for you, what resonates for you, what feels good, what feels easy. So I'm saying that before I start giving my advice out, in the hope it may help even just one person. The greatest thing any one of us can do, if we're in awareness, is focus on your own path right now. Whatever is happening to you, inside you, be with that. Not the outside. Whatever is happening on your outside, it's not to be with that. It's to turn inward and be present for the energies, and to just be with that. Honor yourself. Honor your space. Honor what's happening to you. That's the primary importance. But there's two things. We're going to help ourselves and we're going to help others, yeah? So I'm just talking about the first part, about helping yourself. The greatest thing we can do is raise our energetic frequency, which is what these energies are bringing and bringing and bringing for years now. Because from that, we become higher states of consciousness. We don't use our mind in the same way that we're used to using the human mind, which means we can give in new ways to everyone and everything, but from the heart, not from the mind. So right now, the greatest thing you and I can do is just be with our own inner experiences. Be present for them. What that could mean is just feeling how it feels within you, feeling energy, allowing yourself to feel the energy coursing through you and let that expand. Because when you take your awareness to anything, you're creating more of it. So if you take your awareness inside to your own energy, you're then in your own field, your own sovereign field. And you're therefore saying yes to it. You're giving your will to it. So what happens is it becomes more and more. If you take your awareness to the outside, you're going to create more of whatever you're taking your attention to on the outside. We are the creators. And if you Allow yourself space, time to be with yourself, and the signs that you get, the information you get, however that comes to you, that's what's going to empower you. Not what I say, not what anybody else says, not by copying somebody else. That doesn't empower you. You empower you. You do. You always had the power within you. It's not outside of you. You're just waiting for yourself to realize that. So the greatest thing anyone could do is turn inward to themselves. That's how we empower. We don't empower from the outside or by someone. This timeline is really a huge, loud clarion call to you, to give yourself the attention, to turn inward and give yourself your time to be with you, and allow whatever comes to direct you. Because everyone on the planet gets their own instructions. You know, if we jump ahead to different timelines that are to come, imagine lots of different people all over the planet getting their own instructions of what to do. Yeah? Nobody's telling you what to do in these timelines ahead. You are your power. You are your sovereignty. You have your inner instruction manual. You turn up where you're supposed to turn up, not where people tell you to turn up. You do what is called within you to do, not what somebody else is saying, do this, do that. It doesn't work that way. That's the old paradigm. All the information you ever need on a day-to-day basis is already within you, and it's just us rising to actually realize that truth. So in this timeline, there is the potential for great distraction. So imagine rising in frequency. Imagine receiving your guidance, your signs, your awareness from you outside in the reality. Everybody is at different levels of understanding, layers upon layers upon layers of reality. And the potential distraction for any one of us right now can take us away from what we should be doing, which is expanding our energy. Because that is what's being given to us right now. We're being given our own energetic expansion. And it's a lot of energy to receive. But if you just allow yourself to flow with it, and let go, and just let go, not even try and work it out, but just relax and just let go. It's so much easier to be with. If you struggle, let go. And watch how you flow. Feel what it feels like to just let go and surrender to yourself, to your inner being that is peace. Not everybody is going to be able to do this right now. There's a lot of people out there that are going to be in turmoil, in mayhem, in upset to various degrees. And we knew all along this would happen. So I want to try and just give practical ways of being there for people, but at the same time not losing your own power, not losing your own state, not losing your energy, and still be there. When you see people, when they start talking to you, the first thing to recognize really is that they're on their own path. And trust that. Trust their path. No matter how it looks, no matter what stress or turmoil they seem to be in, the first thing you can do to help yourself stay in your own balance and honor their soul as being on its own path and trusting their path. That will help you stay in your power. Their soul has designed their life, this lifetime. Trust the bigger picture. Second part, when people are desperate, upset, in turmoil in front of you, to just wait until they ask a question. People are going to dish out advice because that's what the personality does. The personality, or the ego part of the mind, is always ready and willing to give advice to another person. But on the path, we let go of more and more and more of the ego. It's only the personality and the ego that seeks to give advice to another. So the thing to do is to just wait, because you don't need to give advice. When they have a question, they will ask it. They'll ask you. When a person is ready to ask a question, they will ask. When they're ready to receive the answer, they will ask. If we dish out lots and lots of advice that a person's not ready for, guess what the reaction will be? Because they're not ready for it. They will ask when they're ready. Our only job is to hold the space, to emit the love, to just be you, to have the courage to be you. So it's to try and stay distant, energetically, mentally distant from the person that is in turmoil. It's not a lack of care. I want to emphasize that. It's not that you don't care. It's just you have the higher wisdom to not immerse yourself into the illusion, because then you'll just react to the person that's in turmoil. So then you'll just lower your own frequency. You'll lower your own energy by reacting to their story and their turmoil. When the greatest thing anyone can do, and in fact that's the whole of this ascension, is to raise frequency. So in other words, you're hoping to stay in your own energetic field and allow others their story, allow others their life, allow them their experience, trusting their soul. Trusting their soul has got their back, and actually you've got their back from over here. You've got their back. You're holding them from over here. So you can be with someone and just hold space. Listen. But be in your own awareness of how your energy is when you're listening. Is your energy starting to drop? Because if it is, you're starting to go into their story, which is theirs. So what to do if your energy starts to drop? I mean, this is everyday stuff. It happens to all of us. It is about honoring your energy frequency. So you're going to stay in that situation where your energy has dropped. Does that honor you? That's what you have to ask yourself. Does it honor you? And we're not talking about ego here. We're talking about, are you serving your greatest purpose by staying in that situation? If you're not sure what to do in those situations, it could be you're on the street, it could be you're in a cafe, it could be you're in a room, in a house with people. You can just say something that allows you to come out of that space in order to gather yourself. So if you're with someone, you could just say, look, I need to go to the bathroom. Just please excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom right now. And get out of the situation so that you can regroup yourself and have some moments to yourself to think, okay, I can't cope in this situation. What shall I do? Shall I leave or shall I stay? What's the highest thing to do? So you're just giving yourself some space to think. If you can't go to the bathroom as an excuse, just say, okay, I just need some fresh air right now. And take yourself out of this situation just for a couple of minutes. You're not harming them by doing that. And then give yourself that quiet space to think, well, should I stay here right now? Or should I just make my excuses and leave the situation? And if you give yourself that little bit of space and time, you can decide what is the highest thing for you to do. It may be to stay, it may be to go. And just honor that. We're not here to save individuals. Not in that personality to personality way. We're not here for that. We are here to help everyone, including those individuals, but not in the human way of the way people think help is given. This is an energetic help. We help by raising our frequency and our consciousness, and that takes us out of the polarity field, which means we come from neutrality, we come from love. And this is happening one by one by one by one, all over the world, which is what the change is about. It's always about having your eye on that bigger picture of why you've actually come, what you've signed up for, what your soul has agreed to in this lifetime. Because what can happen is that you've been on your path, you've done a lot of work on yourself, you've raised your frequency, and what can potentially happen in this timeline is others will grab you and pull you down because they're struggling. Now, is that going to help everyone? For you to be pulled down into a lower energetic frequency where you're in the Maya along with other people? Is that the highest service? Is that what's going to help you? No, it's not. It's to have awareness of the highest action in any moment. So that highest action might be that you're listening to somebody, allowing them to use their voice and speak. That might be the highest action, to just sit there and listen to someone. As long as your frequency doesn't drop. So always watch your frequency. Is my frequency lowering? Why is it lowering? And just be the observer of the one talking. Because in truth, it doesn't actually matter what they say. And that's a bit of a shock probably for some people to hear, but it doesn't. What matters is the energy. If you cannot focus too much on the words they're saying while you're holding space, you'll maintain your energy. So be slightly apart from the person. You're still in the room with them, you're still listening to them, but you're not being absorbed into their story and their drama and their stress. The greatest thing you can do is not be absorbed, because it's not your story, it's theirs. It's their soul path. It's their experiences that they've chosen. The greatest thing you can do is just be here honoring that. Just honor it from this space of neutrality. We all have our own story. Sometimes the greatest thing to do is to say nothing. Let it unfold, let it flow past you. because every moment is temporary. It will pass. So be in your power. Be in your power, because you have it within you. Always, in every single moment, you have the power. In every single moment, you could be in turmoil, and in that very moment you're in turmoil, you have the power to turn it around in an instant. That is how powerful you are. Truly. So to just know, what's your energy? Choose who you give your time to. Choose who you give your energy to. And you will know, because your energy will just start to dip. And then just be in your own awareness of yourself that your energy is dipping. Okay, what choice shall I give myself now? Shall I stay or shall I go? What's the highest thing to do? Yeah. What we have to do is not allow what's happening on the outside to drain our energy, because then we're of no use or service to ourselves, and therefore we're of no use and service to anyone or anything or any kingdom if our vibration is being lowered. So I hope that helps somehow. Just listen to yourself, your inner teachings that you teach you